Attention YouTubers and vinyl community, this is Chris, and the year was 1956, and there were Gimme 10s occurring. So here's my take on Gimme 10 for 1956. Mostly classical and mostly piano based too. So start out with this CD, Pierre Nørgård. Early piano works as played by Nicholas Siveloff. This was released in recently, but the composition on here is Trifoglio, Opus 7, which was originally composed in 1954, but then it was revised by the composer, Mr. Nørgård, in 1956. He's a Danish composer. So this release is on the Capo label. If you saw that little sticker floating around, it says it's a multi-channel hybrid playable on SACD and standard CD players. So, solo piano. The next and last CD is Bernd Alois Zimmerman. Complete works for solo piano played by Andreas Skoras on the Niles label. So this one contains the track Configuration, which is 8 pieces for piano, composed in 1956. This was a 2016 reissue of a 2009 CD. So there's a drawing of the composer, and some liner notes, and then over here there's a booklet, and there's the pianist. So Bernd Alois Zimmerman, and we get to another composer pianist, young Ignacy Paderewski. This is on the RCA Camden label, 1956, where he is playing some of his own works plus those of other composers. Liszt, Debussy, Couperin, Sajowski. The RCA Camden label at light blue and purple. Next, another pianist playing works by Paul Hindemith. Paul Badura-Skoda. This is on the Westminster label. It contains Piano Sonata number 1 and number 3 by Mr. Hindemith. And there's the Westminster label. I think Mr. Hindemith was a German composer. Then we have some folk from 56. John Jacob Niles sings American folk and gambling songs. I had shown this before in a music update a while back, but didn't realize I was going to need it for Gimme 10 from this year. So this is also on the RCA Camden label, John Jacob Niles. And then back to piano by the American composer Louis Moreau Gottschalk, as played by the pianist and champion of Gottschalk's music, Eugene Liszt. This is the banjo, and other Creole ballads, Cuban dances, Negro songs, and caprices on the Vanguard label. So there's the composer in the oval and the pianist up there in the corner. So this is Vanguard label. Next one is a reissue of a 1956 album. This one is focusing on Roger Sessions, his second string quartet. On the Columbia Masterworks label, this also includes Colin McPhee Concerto for Piano with Grant Johannesson, which I've shown some albums that he's been the pianist on. And this is on this reissued Columbia Masterworks label, this 2i version of it. Should be the 6i to be period correct. And next is sort of jazz, Don Shirley piano improvisations on the story Orpheus in the Underground. There's Don Shirley there. This is on the Cadence label. There you go. And then some world music or Indian classical by Ravi Shankar, playing sitar, and he's got tabla and tambura accompaniment. Three songs. This is on the Angel label. And then the last album is music of the composer Florent Schmitt. Two pieces as played by the team of Robert and Gabby Casadesus. Also on Columbia Masterworks. So side one is piano four hands, opus 58. Side 2 is 3 Rapsodies, opus 53 for 2 pianos. So 2 different configurations of those 2 pianists playing songs of Florent Schmitt. So there you go, Columbia Masterworks. So that makes up my input for Gimme 10 for 1956. And last time I looked, Sounds Strange, who initiated this series, had done 1957, and he may have done 1958 for all I know. So I'll be focusing on 1957 next. So until then, see you, VC.